There are 41 questions worth 103 points. You need to know the 5 permanent members of the Security Council during the Cold War. That's a short answer listing question. There's 5 countries that were permanent members of the Security Council.
5 countries?
Yep,
Countries?
countries. You need to know what the United Nations troops are called. When we talked about different organizations that fell under the umbrella of the United Nations, there's about 5 or 6 of them. You need to be able to list 4 of them.
Under what?
Organizations that fall under the umbrella of the United Nations. One of them, just so you know where it's at in your notes, is like the World Health Organization.
Can you say that again?
4 organizations that are under the umbrella of the United Nations. You need to be able to list 4 of them. Multiple choices now for a while. You need to know what the Steel Curtain was. Excuse me, Iron Curtain. Steel Curtain was the 1970s Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Even though a formidable force, not quite as formidable as communist Russia. The United States gave money to 2 countries. They gave $400 million to 2 different countries to prevent them from being communist. It's a multiple choice question, but you should know those 2 countries. You got a short answer question, you need to be able to explain what the Marshall Plan is. Back to multiple choice and fill in the blank. You need to know the capital of West Germany. You need to know what NATO stands for. You need to be aware of all the people that were in the Warsaw Pact. You need to know about who was all involved with the Warsaw Pact. You need to know the name of the satellite that the Soviet Union launched into space. You need to know the name of the Cuban dictator that led the revolution.
I love the what?
That led the Cuban Revolution. Short answer question. You need to tell me a handful of things that happened during the Cuban Missile Crisis. You tell me how it started, the results, whatever. I didn't limit what you have to know about the Cuban Missile Crisis. You just got to be able to tell me 3 or 4 things about the Cuban Missile Crisis. need to know the year that they tore down the Berlin Wall. Short answer question, you need to know why the Korean War started and what was the end result of the Korean War. North and South Korea are divided on a specific line. You need to know the line. Have a good appointment.
Thank you.
We talked about the domino theory. You need to be able to explain what the domino theory is.
Short answer.
Real short. Like, you should be able to explain the domino theory in 7 words or less. I can name that tune in 7 notes.
So just like the words in the parentheses?
Pretty much. Multiple choice, fill in the blanks again. You need to know about the Gulf of Tonkin. Tonkin. You need to know about the Ho Chi Minh Trail. H-O space C-H-I space M-I-H-N.
Trail?
Trail. Need to know about the Tet Offensive. And the last thing we talked about was the fall of Saigon, so you need to know about the fall of Saigon. And that's all the stuff for the Cold War that we've covered that'll be on your test. The rest of the stuff now will be on everything we've covered up to this point. You need to know the name of the guy that was assassinated to start World War I. And almost all of these will be multiple choice, except for a couple, and I'll let you know which the couple are. You need to know the name of the boat that got sunk to get the United States involved in World War I. You need to know the name of the treaty that ended World War I. And you need to know President Wilson's plan for peace at the end of World War I. For the 1920s. So that was all the World War I questions.
Just like the name of the plan or what?
Yep. It's got a number in it, if that helps. You need to know the name of the amendment, the number of the amendment that prohibited the sale and manufacturing of alcohol. the amendment that prohibited the sale and manufacturing of alcohol. You need to know who perfected the assembly line.
Can you say that again?
You need to know who perfected the assembly line. At the end of the 1920s, there was a day called Black Tuesday. You need to know what happened on Black Tuesday. And that's the end of the 1920s. Great Depression. You need to know what Hoovervilles are. You need to know what the bonus army was.
Can you slow down?
I can. Hoovervilles and bonus army. Let me know when you're ready. Short answer question, you need to, there was 2 separate New Deals. There was a whole bunch of things that were started with these New Deals, like the Tennessee Valley Authority is one of them, and a whole bunch of other things we talked about. You gotta be able to pick one of these things that we talked about in the New Deal and explain what it was.
Explain.
Whatever the organization you pick from the New Deal, whatever the project or program that you pick, tell me what it was. What did it do? Who did it hire? How did it help? You don't have to, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be all those things. You just got to tell me that this is the thing and this is what it did. Here's who it helped. Hi, you need to tell me who Germany invaded that started World War II. You need to know the name of the Italian dictator during World War II. You need to know the name of the British Prime Minister during World War II. Who met with President Roosevelt, set up a secret alliance. You need to know the day on which Pearl Harbor was bombed. You need to know about Rosie the Riveter. Lexi, sit your desk, please.
Sorry, Mr. Miller.
Here, open it. You need to know the name of the tribe that the United States Army used as code talkers? You need to know about the Battle of Midway. Your last short answer question is you need to be able to give me 2 reasons why invading Italy was important for the Allies. It's the same question we just had on your test. On the test you just took, I made you give me 3 reasons, or maybe 4, but you only need to give me 2 for this one.
Can you repeat the question?
2 reasons why controlling Italy was important for the Allies. You need to know the name of the beaches that the United States troops landed on during D-Day. You need to know the names of the cities that the United States dropped the atomic bombs on. And the last one that you need is the name of the trials where the Nazis were brought up on charges for war crimes. There's 41 total questions, 105 points.